Do you have someone that can help me with repairs that need to be done to sell my house? I do. I have connections with a lot of different vendors, whether it's a carpet, paint, just some basic repairs if you need to swap out some plumbing or electrical fixtures. I've got a list of people that I lean on when needed to help us come and we can get bids and kind of see where we're at. If you're on the fence about doing some prep work, we can have a conversation about what it might cost and what my recommendations are. Yes, I definitely have someone that can. I do have someone that can help with repairs as we prep your home for sale. I've got handyman, plumber, electrician, carpet, flooring guys, painter, whatever it is that you're going to need. I've got someone that I likely have experience with. If I don't have the right guy, I have a lot of people that I can reach out to and track down someone that they've have experience with so that we can get the right guys in to help us out as we get your home ready to sell. Should I start packing now? Yes, you definitely want to start packing now. Anything that you haven't used in 6 months to a year, go ahead and start boxing that stuff up. One of the great perks of working with me is that I have a bunch of moving boxes available to you. So whenever you're ready, if you're moving locally, I've got you covered in the box department. I'm happy to bring over a stack and you can go to town on packing up stuff that you haven't used. We'll also go through your house and I'll make any recommendations that I think will help the home show better as far as your decorations or family photos that you've got hung up that and there's a psychological reasoning behind taking down family photos. So we'll do that, and any of that stuff that's important that you don't want to get damaged or as a family heirloom or anything like that, you'll want to pack that stuff away. You can go ahead and fill up your garage. I've never had an issue with a buyer walking into a garage and seeing a bunch of packing boxes and that being the reason that they don't want to buy a house. So go ahead and pack up as much as you want, and if you need to, fill up your garage. What do I have to disclose in the SPUDs? As a seller, you'll have to fill out the seller property disclosure statement, which as realtors we refer to as the SPUDs. Like any industry, we've got 1,000 acronyms just like every other. So you'll have to fill out the SPUDs. It's a bunch of yes or no questions, and you need to disclose any fact that a buyer may find material to their decision in buying your home. So if any repairs, any leaks, any broken windows, this or that, anything that you've replaced, any upgrades you've done, those are things that you're going to want to outline in this disclosure statement. I can't fill it out for you. I'm supposed to not help. I can certainly answer any questions. And it's pretty self-explanatory once you see it. When you dive into it, if you have questions, I can always answer them for you. But this is an opportunity for you to help the buyer understand the property that they're purchasing. And this is a time to be upfront and be truthful with a buyer, because if you try to hide something, this is when you get in trouble. You know, other than some negotiated repairs, the contract is for the house is in as-is condition. So if nothing's going to survive the closing unless a buyer finds out that there was, a latent defect that you hadn't disclosed or some issue that they can prove that you knew but didn't disclose, that's where you can get into a lot of hot water. So unless it's, even if it's something major, you're better off just laying all your cards on the table and explaining, here's what's happened, here's what we did. If the landscapers, flung a rock through the window and it got replaced, that's no big deal. That's fine. That's kind of stuff happens. Roof leaks, plumbing leaks, all that stuff happens. We just need to give the buyers a full understanding of the history of the house. Will you use a professional photographer? Absolutely, 100%. In 99% of the cases, I use a professional photographer. The photos are one of the best tools that I have to showcase your property to the market. And so it's it's a pet peeve of mine. So many realtors cut corners here because they're trying to save $300-400, and it's obvious when looking through the MLS or on Zillow at homes that you can tell that the agent took these with their iPhone and they're crooked. There's their fingers in the image, and it just is not a good look, and it's doing a disservice to you, the seller, if I'm cutting this corner, and that's just unacceptable. So professional photography is a standard as far as I'm concerned. If we had to list your house today and I've got to take pictures just so that we can get up and running, we will do that. But ultimately, I would still have the professional come along. If you have a hoarder house to sell or something and we just don't want to take pictures of all the stuff, there are some unique situations where it might be best if I were to use my iPhone, but very rarely does that come up. So professional photography is going to be a must, and we'll talk more about that when the time comes. What color should I paint the walls? Well, I don't have a specific color to tell you to run over to Home Depot and grab, but neutral is always best. People in general like unique and bold colors. They just don't like your unique and bold colors. So if you are a huge Suns fan and you've got an orange and purple man cave, we're going to have a conversation about painting that room. Buyers have no imagination. I can't tell you how many times I've walked into a house and they have some gaudy paint or furniture, and the buyers just become fixated on it. Oh, this couch is just the worst looking couch I've ever saw. Well, newsflash, that couch is going to be gone when you move into this house. So it's important that we eliminate as many things that a buyer can question. If every room in the house is a different color of the rainbow, that's a big project in a buyer's mind. And so they're going to take that into account when they make an offer. So clean, bright, and lots of light and neutral is the best plan of action because it gives a buyer a clean slate and they can put their touches on it once they move into the house. So I don't have a specific color for you other than neutral.